Hi guys, hello. We are live. Let me know if you can hear me as always. I'm trying to pull up my screen so for some reason it's not working. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. We're going to be utilizing the chat here and also the Slack chat in the questions tab. Are you guys able to type in the are you able to type in this chat here? In the chat. Yep, perfect. Hey Sophie. All right, I'm just getting everything pulled up. So we have Shameless Call. You guys, this is the fourth one, which is honestly crazy that we're at 4. And for those of you that have stuck with me, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. Can hear you and see you, perf. Okay, cool. Alrighty. So today is the 4th call, the 4th live call of the UGC free challenge. So we're gonna get into it, go over the whole thing. Today's call is 90 minutes. I know that's a little hefty, but we're gonna try to get through it. We're gonna be utilizing the chat here for questions and also the Slack chat in the questions tab for questions. Also, I'm going to be looking back and forth at both, but feel free to drop your questions in here and there. So yeah, we're going to get into today's call because we do have a lot to cover. So I can't believe we're already at the graduation call. That's crazy. I just want to say that I'm so proud of every single one of you who showed up, watched all the lives, caught the replays, asked the questions, studied your portfolio, worked on your pitch, or even just made the decision that you're finally going to take UGC seriously. I think that is such a big deal and it's so exciting. No matter like where you're at in your journey, even starting is amazing. Like it can be super small. Like maybe you created your UGC email for the first time. Maybe you started your portfolio. Maybe you like filmed your first video, or started to finally understand what UGC actually is, or sent your first pitch. Maybe even just like stopped overthinking and realized that like, okay, I can actually do this. Whatever it is, I want to celebrate it because that's amazing, right? So I love that. I want to recognize that you started, and that's seriously the hardest part. So many people sit on the side of the UGC idea thinking that like, I can't do it. They are stuck for months, sometimes even years, and then they never actually take action. So if you took action during this challenge, you should be proud of yourself. I just want you to know that. I see some questions popping in here. Can I get UGC deals in Nigeria? I do believe that you can get UGC deals anywhere. It just depends on brands and what they're willing to do. I think you can still follow the same process no matter where you are. Do you have any tips on what kind of content to post on Instagram for a brand new UGC account? I would just focus on, like, I would make it known that you're a creator, that you're a UGC creator, right? But I would also make sure to focus on like stuff that you actually like. I don't know what niche you're thinking about posting about, but the easiest type of content is content that already fits into your life. If you're having to like go out of your way to do it, it's going to be very challenging. So I would just like document your UGC journey and post about stuff that you like. That's the easiest thing, at least for me, that I found in doing social media for so long. Okay. Alrighty, moving on. So the intention for today's call, it's going to be a little different. This is not just another training call that we've gone over. This is your graduation call. I also want it to feel like it's your next step call, if that makes sense. Because the challenge gave you the foundation. It gave you like the basics of UGC. It helped you understand what UGC is, what brands are looking for, and how to start thinking about your portfolio, how to pitch, and how to start positioning yourself as a creator. But after today, the real question becomes like, what do you actually do next, right? Because this is where a lot of people get stuck. They will finish a free challenge, they feel excited, they feel motivated, they have notes everywhere, and then life gets busy. It happens to the best of us. They don't know what to prioritize. They start overthinking their portfolio. They wonder if their videos are good enough. They don't know what to charge, all the things. They'll send 2 pitches, 5 pitches, don't hear back. And then they'll start to assume that UGC doesn't work, right? I don't want that to happen to you. So today we're going to talk about how to move forward from beginner mode into paid creator mode. We're going to talk about what actually needs to happen after this challenge if you want to land paid UGC deals consistently. And I'm also going to introduce you to your next step options. So I just want to briefly talk about them. The first is my UGC creator starter course, which is basically, like, again, I'll talk about that moving forward. I put everything all together into modules for you step by step so that you have all of these steps that you need to follow along with these free guides too, to be able to land your first paid deal and feel confident about it moving forward. The second one, I've talked to you guys about this before, is actually my UGC written audit. And what that is you have all of your information together, like your portfolio, your videos, your pitches, and your like rate negotiation. And also you can present your social media to me too. And I will take a look at all of that individually and give you one-on-one feedback as to what I think you can improve on, what I think you're already doing well at. And I will align that with your goals that you tell me. So that is a little bit different than like just typing in our community chat, like little tips here and there, because like I will do a deep dive into your specific goals and your specific work. So that's that one. The third thing is my UGC Pro course, which we'll be reviewing or receiving. You'll receive more information about that through promo emails over this week. But if you do decide to go with that one, you'll get the Pro course, the starter course, and the community and a 90-day roadmap all together for one combined price. So today is about helping you understand where you are, what you still need, and what support is available if you want to keep going. So I do see a couple of messages in here. I also learned I only need 3 to 6 videos to get started. Oh, I see. CC. Okay. Did you create your videos already? 3 to 6 videos? Alrighty. So let's quickly recap what we covered during this challenge. If you guys have stuck with me, and if you haven't, we're gonna just briefly go over this too. So first, we talked about what UGC actually is. UGC stands for user-generated content, and it's content that brands use for their own marketing, right? This could be TikTok-style videos, Instagram Reels, paid ads, website videos, product page videos, email marketing content, or organic social content. And the biggest thing that I wanted you to understand is that UGC is not the same as being an influencer. You don't need a big following. The one thing I will say though about like posting on social media and having a following is that it allows brands to find you and for you to get inbound work. And when I say inbound, I mean they will come to you through your email if you have your email linked in your bio. And that helps with landing UGC deals because you don't always have to go out and find them. They find you by you doing the work of you posting on social media. So that is where posting on social media does help. It's not like you don't have to do it to be a UGC creator, but it does allow you to find more work, if that makes sense. You don't need to post everything on your own page. You don't need to already like be famous online. Brands are paying you for the content piece itself. So that's like the big thing. For influencers, they're paying to have access to your audience, your channel, all of that. UGC, they're paying you for the piece of content, and then the brand takes it and then they do what they want with it. You like agree on the terms, but that's how it works. They're paying you because they need relatable, authentic videos that look and feel real, like real people talking about real products. Then we talked about your portfolio. Your portfolio is your proof of work. A brand is not going to just take your word for it when you say like, oh, I can make a great video, I can make great content. They need to see examples. They need to see how you talk on camera. They need to see how you film. They need to see how you edit. They need to see if the content feels natural. They need to see if you understand hooks, product demos, B-roll, voiceovers, unboxings, and storytelling. So your portfolio is what helps a brand trust you before they pay you. Even if you drop some videos in like a Google Drive folder and then you share example videos with the brand through there also, it's still proof that they can see the work that you're able to do versus just like word of mouth. So that is why examples are so helpful for them. Then from there, we talked about pricing, and pitching is where so many beginners get overwhelmed because they don't know what to say. But I want you to remember this. Pitching is not begging brands to work with you. Pitching is showing a brand how you can help them. That is completely different energy. So instead of saying like, hey brand, I would love to collaborate, you want to say something that shows that you understand their product, their audience, and the type of content that they may need. Then we touched on pricing, and pricing can feel intimidating in the beginning because you might be wondering like, what do I charge? Am I too new? What if they say no? Things like, what if I scare them away? What if I undercharge? And I want you to know that all of this is completely normal. The more you learn about pricing, usage rights, deliverables, revisions, and contracts, the more confident you become. And that is why learning the business of UGC matters so much. Okay. I know we covered all of that in the calls leading up to this point. Drop any questions that you have for me up to this point right now based on anything that we covered. I do want you guys leaving this call feeling pretty confident. I know it's only been 2 weeks and that's like very beginner for your UGC journey, but if you do have any questions about anything I just went over or anything I've gone over in the calls already, please drop them in the chat here. Because like I said, I want you to feel confident walking out of these calls. So whether that's like about UGC in general, about your portfolio, about your pitching strategy, about your pricing, let me know. Drop it there. I'm going to keep moving forward with this here into today's call. But yeah, I want to hear, let's see. How do we land paid brand deals? How do we pitch that? Okay. So have you been in the other calls? Like, have you watched any of the other live calls that we had? Because we've gone over some of that, but basically I will go over this question. So she said, how do we land paid brand deals and how do we pitch that? So there's like a bunch of ways to land paid brand deals. A couple of the ways that you can go about it are, the first one I would say is utilizing the UGC platforms. Those are like Coley, Incense, Join Brands, Trend.io, Aspire, like there's so many of them. You can utilize those. And how those work are, you go in, you create a profile, you put your like a little bio about yourself, a photo, you put your portfolio in there, some video examples, in there, and then you start pitching. You start applying to like UGC opportunities on those platforms. The thing about those are, they are a great way to get started. I will say they're a great way to get videos wrapped under your belt if you're new. However, they do most of the time have like fixed budgets. So a better way to go about, like I said, completely fine for newbies. That's fine. You can definitely earn a good income off of those if you're like really strategic about it and constantly applying. Another way I will say is cold pitching. And what that is you going directly to the brand, whether that's email or DM, like you pitching your services to them. And that's what I mean when I say have your portfolio ready, have your work ready, or have like a rate card ready or something, because the brand's going to ask, like they're going to ask to see your proof of work, what your rates are. They want to see credibility. So I would make sure that you're pitching to them with some type of like strategy. But cold pitching is great because you're kind of able to like negotiate with the brand, whereas those platforms, you're not really able to. They're mostly fixed. So that's another way to go about it. But cold pitching is great. Another way is by posting on social media and having brands come to you, which I get a lot of inbound work just because I'm so active on social media. So that's another way too. You can post on there, brands can see you. Make sure that if you are posting on social media and you want UGC work, make sure that you have somewhere in your bio that you are a UGC creator. And also make sure that the content you're posting makes sense for what you're pitching for. Like, show that you're a UGC creator, show that you're active with it, right? Don't post about something that's like completely different than what you're trying to pitch for. I know you're not like pitching. Does that make sense at all? Like, I don't know. This one could be like really crazy, but if you're posting about like you're like a truck driver and then you're pitching, like you just want to show that you're like a UGC creator. And then also, I don't know where I was going with that, but also show that you have a UGC email in your bio so that they can just click it and know how to contact you. Words are hard today. I hope that makes sense. But that's how you pitch and land to brands. Okay. Also, if you haven't watched the other lives that we did, they're all in the Slack chat. And if you're not in the Slack chat, please email this email for Slack chat access, because I put everything in the Slack chat, all the information about this free challenge. I also email it out if you're subscribed to our email list. And if you're not subscribed to our email list, please also email me there. But everything's in there. The last 3 links from the calls are in there too. I see another question. I'm wondering what it means on Bento when it says your email has 3 opens, 5 opens, but no response. Does it mean they're considering it? It could. Have you followed up? Like, did you only send one pitch and then not follow up? Or is that with a pitch and then a follow up and then they opened it? I would like to know that. But yeah, sometimes they open it and then they have to like talk to other people on the team and you did follow up. Okay. How many days has it been since you followed up? And since you pitched, oh my gosh, the first time. Original pitch, and then you did a follow-up. How many days has it been since you followed up? Because 2 days ago. Okay. I would probably wait until like the end of next week, like by Friday or Thursday. And if you haven't gotten a response back, I would follow up again and then wait another like 5 business days. And then if they haven't responded to you, you could try following up again, but I think 2 follow-ups is probably good. If you do a third and they haven't responded in like 2 weeks, then maybe scrap it. But also you can try a third follow-up. Sometimes brands like get really, really busy. Sometimes they'll forget. So like you may feel like you're annoying them, but you're really not. So, okay. We're going to move on to the truth about UGC. You're welcome. Cool. I hope that made sense. Okay. I want to be honest with you. UGC can be simple, but that doesn't mean that it's effortless, right? A lot of people online make UGC look like you just film one video, send one pitch, and then brands just magically start paying you. That's not the full picture. Can UGC help you make extra income? Yes. Can UGC turn into a real business? Absolutely. Can it open doors to brand deals, retainers, flexible work, and more freedom? Yes, it can. But you have to treat it like a skill in a business. That means you have to practice content creation. You have to improve your portfolio. You have to pitch consistently. You have to learn how to price, how to understand contract terms, how to learn how to communicate with brands. You have to be willing to keep going, even when you don't get responses right away. The people who win in UGC are not always the people who start out the best. They're the people who keep going and keep improving as they go. I posted a video on TikTok a couple months ago about like the truth about UGC income. And that video did very well because I was telling the truth. You know, I was being real about UGC income. My highest month as a UGC creator, I think, was about $26,000. And like honest to God, you can look on my website and see like receipts. But it was $26,000, and I was only able to do that because of how consistent I am and how much I'm willing to learn and grow in this space. Because I truly wanted to make it my mission to live a life that is like free, that I could travel and work from anywhere. Like I'm living in this RV right now with my boyfriend, and we literally just drove it down the Pacific Coast Highway yesterday in California and like down Big Sur, and I was able to work from my phone and my computer in the car because we have Starlink. And that's just for me though. Like I wanted the flexibility to be able to do that from anywhere and make money from anywhere. But for you, it could look totally different. Like you could just either want to turn it into a full-time thing. Let me know in the chat here what your goals are with UGC. I would love to know whether that's like income goals or freedom based or whatever you want. Let me know in the chat. But yeah, for me, I just wanted like to be able to work from anywhere, travel from anywhere, and make a decent living, you know, because I was working 9 to 5. I was doing all of that and I was barely getting by. I was working like 3 jobs and burning myself out. And I'm just like, what am I doing this for? Like, I could be doing something completely different if I just take the time to learn the skill. So that's where I'm at. I would love to hear where you guys are at and what your goals are. Let's see here. Let's get into some questions. I've been seeing comments about how Bento is getting oversaturated with emails and don't even check them anymore. Do you think that's true? Are you referring to like the brands aren't checking them anymore or the creators? Because a brand can't tell if it's coming from Bento. But if you have your Bento set up with so many emails going out for a campaign, like that could get overwhelming. So you can try to limit it of brands. Yeah, I mean, I think if you're here's what I think. I think if you really take the time to put everything together, make yourself professional, authentic, relatable, and you look like you're a good fit for the brand, I think they'll take the time to look at your stuff. You know? I like brands have budgets for marketing and for UGC. Sometimes they'll say that they don't, but sometimes there's some wiggle room. But I think if you present yourself in a way that is appealing to them, they'll at least look at it. Let's see here. I'm chronically ill, so I'm hoping to make money from my cozy home. Okay, I love that. I mean, I'm sorry that you're going through that, but I also love that you want to make money from your cozy home, and I absolutely think that it's possible for sure. If you stay consistent with it, you're authentic, you treat it like a business, I think that you can be successful in this space. Want to do it full time so I can travel with my husband. He travels a lot too. Yeah, my partner was doing travel nursing, and I was like, I want to go with him, so that's why I started to do content creation. The goal is to quit the 9 to 5, honestly. Yes. I hear you, and I absolutely do think that it's possible. Although I can't guarantee results, what I can say is that if you put your brain to it and you have the grit and the work ethic to make it possible, it absolutely can happen. The goal is to get better at content creation and make an income to work wherever I want. I love that. I love that. Goal is to quit my job. Okay. I work in healthcare part-time, but I would love some extra money so I don't have to get another hospital job. If I could get $2,000 extra a month, that would be great. $2,000 a month is doable. It is very, very doable for sure. Daniela said, I got laid off from my full-time job a couple months ago, but I was but I wasn't burnt out from corporate life, and I'm a mom to 3 littles, so I want to be able to stay home with them and not return to corporate. Oh, you were burnt out. Okay, you guys, these are very, very great goals, and I appreciate you sharing them with me. Yeah, like I said, if you take the time, have all the tools that you need, do all the steps that you need to, there's not a doubt in my mind that you can make UGC and content creation your full-time job. But the important thing is knowing the do's and the don'ts. That is a huge thing. I personally, like when I started, if I had a live coaching like this, like that would have made my life a million times better, but I didn't do anything like that. I took, I think I bought a course or two from other creators, and then I also just like spent a lot of time learning. And I think maybe a year into it is when I was able to do it full time, or maybe 6 months. It was gradual, but each month I was like going higher and higher because I just was like, I'm gonna do this. If this person can do it, I could do it too. Like I was so determined to learn, and here we are. So, alrighty, let's go through the biggest gap between learning UGC and getting paid. Oh, I see another message. Let me look at this first. Currently, I see UGC as a side hustle, but my long-term goal is to turn it into full-time because I want to stay at home with our kids when they come into the picture. Yes, I love that. I think starting UGC as a side hustle and then gradually working into full-time is a great start because you start to learn the fundamentals, and then you slowly start to see how you can like turn that into full-time. So these are great goals, you guys. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, going into the biggest gap between learning UGC and getting paid. So now I want to talk about the biggest gap between the two, because there's a big difference between knowing what UGC is and knowing how to land a paid collaboration. A lot of people know the definition of UGC. They know that they need a portfolio. They know that they need to pitch, but they still don't know how to put it all together in a way that gets brands to respond. That is the gap. That's the gap that we want to close. So the gap usually looks like this. You don't know if your portfolio is good enough. You don't know if your video is like professional enough or enough for the brands to hire you. You don't know what types of videos to include. You don't know what brands to pitch. You don't know what to say in your pitch. You don't know when to follow up, if you should, which is what we just talked about. You don't know what to charge when a brand replies to you. You don't know what to do if they ask you for usage rights, for example. You don't know what to do if they say that they only have a gifting budget, which a lot of brands will say that. And giftings can be great, but giftings don't pay the bills. Giftings can be great if you're starting out and they can be great for a couple things. One, you want the product and you don't want to pay for it, which I have done that myself. And two, if you are starting out and you need some extra practice and you need some more videos for your portfolio, that can be another great way for that. And also I'll say a third one, for you to post on social media if you're trying to grow your platform and like establish yourself as a creator on there. That could be a great opportunity for that as well. So they're not totally bad, but if you're like looking to get paid, then it's not going to do it for you entirely. Does that make sense? You don't know how to turn one deal into another deal. The goal is to go full-time, is to turn those one-off deals into full-time opportunity, like retainer work, so you just consistently have work rolling into month after month after month. But that is why so many people can get overwhelmed. It's not because they're incapable, it's because they're missing the structure of the business. And structure is what turns motivation into action, right? So learning that structure is huge. So let's go into why some beginners don't get responses from brands. It happens, but I want to talk about why it happens. So this is important because I don't want you to send a few pitches and immediately think like, okay, you know what? I'm done with this. This doesn't work. I'm just not doing it anymore. If you're not getting responses, we do not panic. We don't panic. We audit. Okay? because this is going to happen, and I just want you to like put it in your mind that it's going to happen, but we're going to figure out how to deal with it when it does happen. There are a few common reasons that brands may not respond. Number 1, your portfolio is not clear enough. A brand should be able to open your portfolio and immediately understand who you are, what you create, and what kind of videos that you offer and how to contact you. That is what it needs to say. If your portfolio is confusing, if it's hard to click through, if it's too cluttered, or you're missing strong video examples, that can hurt you. I need some water. Do you guys have your portfolios made yet? Let me know. Let me know if you've created a portfolio, how many videos examples that you have. I want to hear. Your portfolio is always going to be evolving, by the way. I started mine years ago, and I just constantly add new stuff to it. Okay, Daniela said 7 example videos. Okay, perfect. Also, where are you guys at in your journey, your UGC journey? Are you, drop in the chat here where you're at in your journey. Are you like right at the beginning? Have you landed any collabs yet? Just finished it. I have 8 videos with 5 product pics. Just need some good photos of me to include. Okay, perfect. I have 7, Emmy said 7 videos in my portfolio since late. Anything I've bought, I've been trying to do a UGC video for it. I love that. Keep that up. Portfolio created, editing videos to add. Perfect. Jessica said nothing yet, but that's my priority for this weekend. Great. Okay, cool. I would assume that you guys are probably in like the very first stages of your journey here. Oh, I see a couple messages. Terry said, I believe I have 8 videos currently. I'm at the beginning, did my first paid collab that was inbound. Oh, amazing. Perfect. Was a small business, but super lovely to work with. Okay, love that. Very cool. Olivia says, yes, really happy with mine. 16 videos and made it very me. Love. 16, that's great. Jane said, I've been on the apps for about 3 months, getting free product only, looking to get into paid deals. Okay. Already on the right track. Cool. 3 weeks in. Cool. I did make it, and I only have 3 examples, so definitely room for improvement. I have an international trip coming up tomorrow, so I've been busy. This is my 2nd week in UGC, so newbie. Very cool. Take some videos on your international trip. That might be a very cool thing to incorporate into your portfolio for like travel, I would say. Danielle said, right at the start, your challenge helped me to get started. I pitched 3 brands, but not beyond that yet. Yeah, I would definitely keep going. It is a work in progress. I currently have 4 videos. I would like to have 6. I'm a beginner with no deals yet. Question, what are your thoughts on intro videos in your portfolio? Are they needed? Chloe, great question. I love the idea of having an intro video. I don't think they're needed, but I do think that it adds like a professional and also like a personal element. So like I would say if you're gonna have a video, keep it, but also make sure that it answers a couple things. Make sure that it says enough about you so that the brand like has a good sense of who you are. And also how you can help the brand, but speak in obviously like a broad sense because it's being shown to multiple different brands, but make sure that you have those things in it. But I love the idea of having one. I should probably also add one myself. I used to have one, but then I haven't updated it. So I'm going to put that on my to-do list. Okay. Jessica says, had 1 gift collab so far. Okay, great. I heard about UGC 1 month ago, but these past 2 weeks since starting your challenge, I've been taking it seriously. Perfect. CC said, got my first inbound. Okay, cool. And then last question here. Do you suggest any response to shift to paid deal if brands DM or email to other gifted collab? You can say something like, this one's hard, right? Because if they're like very strict on like, oh, we're only doing this, you don't want to push. But also if you say something like, I'm only taking on like gifted or paid collabs at this time. Like, do you have a budget set out for this? Or maybe if we try like one video and see how it goes type of thing, like kind of like slowly see if you can like work them into it. And if they're really like, no, absolutely not, then you're going to have to either let that one go or take the gifting. If I have an intro video, how many photos of ourselves do you think is needed? I definitely wouldn't overdo it. I'm going to look at mine. Let me see. I don't have an intro video on mine, but I have a video right in the beginning. Then I have a second video, or I'm sorry, a photo right in the beginning, then a second photo. Then I have, I think I only have 3 photos of myself on mine. Yeah, that answers the question. Do you suggest doing the deals where you post twice a day at a new account for X months? So, okay, this one would be considered Canva UGC. Canva UGC, I personally have done this myself, and I do have a couple clients where I do this. Canva UGC is great because the videos are so low effort. Like, they literally will take like 2 minutes to make one. So and it's all organic posting too. I would say, yeah, I think it's good to get into. And also it's a good like retainer opportunity, because sometimes brands, like most of the time brands for Canva UGC like to do like the monthly thing. So I think it's really great, and honestly it's so low effort, Kristen. Like I would recommend it. Yeah, it really doesn't take too much time. Emmy said, would 3 photos and the intro video be too much? I don't think it would, but like space them out, you know, don't just like obviously put them in one spot, but I think that would be okay. Kristen, what's a good price for it? From what I've seen, I've seen some do flat rates of like 2,000 for 30 videos, or like 1,250 or 1,500. But some will do flat rates of like 800 or 600 and then pay you based on views. So you might be able to like negotiate that with the brand, but again, those are so low effort. I would like consider it if it's something that you think that you can fit into your bandwidth, if that makes sense. Okay, let's see here. Where was I at? Number 1, your portfolios. Okay, so the second thing, as far as a reason why some beginners don't get responses, is your videos aren't strong enough yet. So this does not mean that you're bad at content. It just means that you need more practice. So maybe your hook is too slow. That's the portion of your video that's the first 1 to 3 seconds. It could be too slow. It could be not engaging enough. Maybe there's dead space in your video. Dead space is where either you have a voiceover and there's a point in the voiceover where there's just like silence for too long. It's supposed to just flow all the way through. Maybe the audio is not clear. Maybe the lighting's too dark. Maybe the video doesn't clearly show the product. Maybe it feels too scripted or too much like an ad. But the good thing about this is that these are all fixable things. The third thing is that your pitch is too generic. If your pitch could be sent to any brand, it is probably not specific enough. Brands get messages all the time that say, I love your brand and I would love to collaborate with you. But that's not enough. Like, if I were a brand and I saw that, I'd be like, great, so does everybody else, you know? You need to show them why you're reaching out to them specifically. Be specific. I've sent pitches and brands are like, thank you so much for taking the time. You know, you want to stand out. And a pitch is a great way to do that. So number 4 is that you're not pitching enough. Sending 3 pitches is a great place to start and a great place to get your feet wet, but it's not enough data. Sending 5 pitches is also not enough data. You need consistency. You need a system. You need follow-ups. You need to be like, okay, this week I'm going to send 50. I'm going to send 50 pitches. I'm going to follow up to whoever doesn't respond to me this week. And then you're going to do the same thing next week with 50 more brands. If I hear you guys be like, oh, I pitched 5 times and I didn't hear back from anybody, and why am I not landing paid deals? I'm gonna be like, you need to keep going. That's not enough. It's not enough to say it's not working and to be upset about. It's a great place to start, but it's not enough to be upset about. Does that make sense? And number 5 is that you're stopping too soon, like I just said. That's probably the biggest one. Like, a lot of people quit right before things even start to click. They don't even give themselves enough time to improve. So if you're serious about UGC, I want you to stop asking yourself, like, why didn't this work immediately? And start asking, what can I improve next? Okay. Let's see another question from Jessica. I'm wanting to focus on pet UGC with my dog, but also thinking of doing some home/mom life UGC. Would it be better to have 2 portfolios, one for my dog, one for me, or one portfolio with videos on both? So here's the thing. I've gone back and forth with this myself because there's just like so many things I like to do. But if you make yourself the brand, like if you make your own brand, you in your life, find a way to blend it into one. Because if you have if you're split between 2, that's your bandwidth in half. I think if you incorporate your life into one page, and that your dog is a part of your life, and then showcase in your portfolio that you do both dog UGC and mom, you can have a section in your portfolio that is about your dog and pets, and be inquire for pet UGC, and then another section inquire for mom life UGC or stuff like that. You can have that conversation with the brand, but I think that you can incorporate it all into one page. I just think it would make your life easier if you just put it together, personally. Olivia said, yesterday I took my bento template and split it up to 3 different automations so I can make more tailor-made emails. Olivia, girl, you are on top of it, I swear. That is amazing. Yeah, bento, I rave about bento. I am obsessed with bento. I think it is the best. Seriously, because I use it and I have, if you guys saw my bento right now and saw how many automations and email campaigns I have set up, I think it overwhelmed you, and it's starting to overwhelm me, honestly, because I have way too many. But bento's great. Kristen said, do you suggest posting teaching UGC or monthly recaps on our dedicated UGC social? Teaching, wait. What do you mean by teaching? Monthly recaps on our dedicated UGC socials. I think as a new UGC creator, if you're posting about your journey, people love that. So I don't think you have to I don't think you have to teach it. I think you can just post about your the only thing I would say if you're going to teach it is if you're going to sell something. If you're going to do coaching. But if you just want to be a creator that posts about your UGC journey to land paid deals, I don't think you need to teach it. No. Do you think it matters to have a separate social media just for UGC, or can you post examples on your personal? Michaela, yeah, I think you can blend it all together. I mean, I'm a huge advocate for lowering doing whatever's in your bandwidth. So if you have the energy to do that, more power to you. But if you want to put it all into one, I definitely think that you can find a way to put it all together, especially if you're trying to land UGC deals through social media. Okay. So I want you guys to grab your notebook, or even put it in this chat. We're going to do a live self-audit activity type thing, because I want to see where you're at. I want you to write yes, no, or kind of for each question. Okay. So I'm gonna go through, see how many questions here I have. I have 16 questions. Put them either in the chat or write them down. But if you put them in the chat, I can see where everyone's at. So number 1, I'm going to pause after each one and see what the responses are. Number 1 is, Do I have a UGC portfolio link ready to send to brands? Put yes, no, or kind of. This gives me time to drink water. I see. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, thanks to you. Yes, yes, yes. Cool. Okay. Cool. Number 2. Is my portfolio easy for a brand to open? Is it easy for a brand? Is your portfolio easy for a brand to open? Can they just click it and be like, wow, everything's right here? Yes, yes, yes. Canva link. Yes, I use Canva. Okay. Cool. I hope. I hope so too. Number 3, do I have at least 5 video examples? Yes, no, or kind of. Yes. Yes, yes. Cool. No, yes, yes. Okay. Cool. Next one is, yes, are they good? That's a question. Oh my gosh, my videos were so bad in the beginning. Like very bad. Yeah, so there's always room for improvement for sure. Okay. Number 4. Do I have more than one video style in my portfolio? Are they all B-roll? Are they all talking to camera? Or do we have a little more than that? Do I have more than one video style in my portfolio? Yes, Michaela, we do got to start somewhere. I'm proud of you for starting somewhere, though, I will say. Yes, yes, yes. Cool. Some different style. Okay. Perfect. Believe so. Cool. Okay. The 5th one is my lighting in my videos clear? Is your lighting clear? Do you think so? Let me know. That could be natural lighting or ring light. But is the lighting clear? I think so. You guys are funny. Yes, check on that. Please do. Check on your lighting. This right here is considered natural lighting coming in from the sun. This is the best lighting that you'll ever have, is the Earth's lighting. Second to that is a ring light. I have one of the, I have it somewhere. I think I have, when the lighting isn't great, I use this. I clip it on the top of my phone, and it has a couple different settings. And this is the best one. I love this one. I do have like a big ring light, but it's so bulky and it's hard to pull out, especially for me, for someone who moves around so much. I just do this. Like, how simple is that, you know? Okay. I have a ring light, but it's questionable. This said, do you think there's anything to do with the app setting when you upload it? The app setting. What app setting are you referring to? And also, where are you uploading it to? This is from Amazon. These are the best. I try, but I use a ring light a lot because my house doesn't get great natural light. Okay. That's all right. Also, filming in the car. If you can go out and film in the car, that works great too. Where did you? Yeah, this one is from Amazon. I can try to find the link for you guys. Or maybe it's from TikTok Shop. I'll try to find the link. Yeah. Okay. Well, when you edit from CapCut, it's clear, but after you upload on TikTok, it's not that clear no more sometimes. I think TikTok does compress it. The last I remember is that if you export in 4K from CapCut, it doesn't matter because TikTok does 1080p anyway. So I just export in 1080. Yeah, that's what I do. Just ordered a new light tripod for those late night recordings. Love that. Yeah, see, I'll try to find the link and I'll drop in the Slack. Yeah. Okay. Next question here. Oh. Is my audio clear? This is a huge one. Is my audio clear on your videos? Yes, no, kind of. Let me know. Yes. Cool. I got a mic at some point and use it in most of my videos. Love that. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, they can understand my accent. Don't know. Okay. But if the audio is clear, that's fine. Cool. All right. Number 7 here. Just got a mic, so half of the portfolio videos do not sound as crisp though. That's okay. The more videos that you do, the more you'll like weed out the ones that you don't like so much, and then it's just always going to be evolving. So that's okay. As long as you're aware of the things that you need. Okay. Do my videos have strong hooks in the first few seconds? Do they have strong hooks? Let me know. What does it say? I literally use those mini mics that were a thing a few years back, and it's so good. Yeah, the mini mics are great. I would love to access these questions to refer back to. I can put these questions for you guys into the Slack chat so you have them. I suck at hooks. Michaela, we got to get stronger at the hooks. Yeah. Working on getting better by watching TikTok examples. Okay. I need to find a good tiny mic. So the microphone I use, I don't even know if I have it. No, it's in the car. I use the one, the Apple headphones, the white one. I use that. And also I have the Rode Wireless Go microphones. I don't even know where they are. But yeah, those are the ones I also use. Those are great. I love them. Hooks. Yes, okay. Yeah, so the hooks are going to be in the first 3 seconds. That could be a visual hook, a text on screen hook, or like what you're saying. So you want to make sure, and if you have all 3, that'd be great. But you want to make sure that the first 3 seconds is capturing enough. And like not every video is going to be amazing, but if you have like the basics for each video, then you're on the right track. And like I said, I will put these questions in the Slack chat for you guys to refer back to. Okay. We're at number 8. Do my videos clearly show the product? Do they clearly show the product? Yes, no? Hello? Okay. Do your videos clearly show the product? Yes, yes, yes. Most times, yes. And also when you're showing it, is it flipped backwards so you can't read it, or is it mirrored? That's also something that we have to keep in mind if we're filming with the front camera. Okay. Next one is number 9. Do I know what niche or niches I want to create for? Yes, no, or kind of. And also, if so, like let me know what that is, like what type of niche you want to create for. If you want to niche down, if you don't, let me know. 5. struggling with that. That's okay. Kind of. I don't really want to niche down. Girl, I get it. You don't have to. Oh my gosh, it is so windy. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but my entire RV just shook. Hair care and tech, former 10-year programmer. Hair care. Oh, Kristen, I remember seeing your videos, and your hair is honestly insane. It's so pretty. I cut mine like 2 months ago, and I was watching your videos. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna grow it back out. Michaela said, I feel like I'm all over the place. I need help with this for sure. You don't have to. Like, just create content about stuff that you like, and then you'll attract brands. Like, the brands will see that, but you'll attract brands that you like too. Does that make sense? You'll naturally start to see like what you gravitate towards the most the more that you do this. I definitely don't think you have to put boundaries on yourself, Daniela. So I just was curious where you guys are at, but niching down is not necessary. I'm just something to think about, but you definitely don't have to. Okay. Where are we at? Okay, number 10, do I have a pitch template? Yes, no, kind of. And also, if you guys haven't watched the last 3 live videos, they're linked in the Slack chat for you to go back and look through and watch those, because they have really good information from what we went over already. Yes, yes, yes. Do you guys have a pitch template? I have a few templates, but I think I need to learn more of how to use Bento. Yes, okay. Kind of based on the one you provided. Okay. Moving into number 12. Do I have a list of brands I want to pitch to? Do you have a list yet? Do you have some type of a list of brands to reach out to? Yes, yes, yes. Cool. If you don't, that's fine again. But I would start thinking of like who you do want to reach out to, or like at least what niche of brands you want to reach out to. Like, oh, I know for sure I want to do hair care, or I know for sure I want to do supplements, or like plant-based foods, or whatever it is. Okay. I have no idea who I want to work with. I just want the money. Reach out to everybody. Having a harder time with this step, thinking I have to get on Bento. I can see if I can get you guys like a discount thing with Bento. I'll have to look if you can get like some like a coupon code or something to start off. But if you're gonna do Bento, I would recommend paying for it, because the free version, I think you can only send like 50. Don't quote me on this, but I think it might be 50 pitches a month, which I think that's like great if you're trying to just get like a couple of collabs, but if you're trying to do full time, I definitely don't think it's enough. Yeah. Okay. Not number 11. Yeah, also you don't get access to all the brands. Like, the paid version is so much better. Truly. Like, I'm not just saying that. Like, it is so much better because you get access to so many more things, and you can just do so much more and land more collabs, which equals more money, Okay. Number 13, do I know what I would charge if a brand responded today? Olivia said, what's an appropriate amount of emails to send per week on a Bento without getting flagged or sent to spam? I think it's it should tell you. Like, when I set up my campaigns, that's a good question, but like it should tell, like I do the max that I can before it it's like, no, you shouldn't do that many because it'll be like spammy. But it should tell you. Oh, the free's only 20. Yeah. Dang, I thought it was 50. Yeah, 20 is not enough, in my opinion. What are your thoughts on a Canva UGC portfolio versus your own personal website? Like I made my portfolio on Canva, but I purchased a domain so it looks like it's my own website. Like if you just type in giannasestone.com, that'll take you right to mine. But I don't think it matters what platform you create it on. I just think Canva's really user friendly. Oh, the question was, do I know what I would charge if a brand responded to me today? Kristen said, for your campaigns, do you hand pick the brands within the filters you choose, or just choose the brands that come up after applying the filters? Okay. I choose the brands that come up after I apply them. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Number 14. Do I know how to respond if a brand asks for usage rights for your content? Do I know how to respond if a brand asks for usage rights? Yes, no, kind of. Yes, if I look at the sheet you gave us. Yes. Emmy said, should charging depend on the brand's niche or more of your own? Charging should depend on your budget and theirs. And you guys should like negotiate back and forth based on what works best for the both of you. Kind of. It's an upcharge. Kind of. Okay. Okay. So a lot of those answers were actually yeses or kind ofs. They were like very little no's, which is great. But I was actually I'm very proud of the responses that you guys gave me. That's very cool. So now we're going to move on to your next 30 days as a UGC creator. Because if I were starting over, this is what I would do. Week 1 would be the foundation week. This is where you clean everything up. You create your UGC email, you organize your content examples, your Google Drive too. That's a great place to also put video examples. You build or update your portfolio. You make sure that your portfolio has the right sections. You make sure, excuse me, that you make sure that your contact information is easy to find. You make sure that your videos are actually showing your skills. That is not the week to rush into sending 100 pitches if your portfolio is not even ready or if you don't even have content examples to show. Because if your foundation is weak, your pitching will feel harder. So week 2 would be content improvement week. So this is where you film more examples, not because you need to be perfect, but because you need practice. Film like a talking to camera video, film an unboxing video, film a product demo video, film a B-roll style video. Practice speaking naturally, whether that's to the camera or in a voiceover. Practice cutting out the dead space. Practice filming in good lighting, like I said. Practice showing the product clearly. Your goal is not perfection. Your goal is proof that you can create content that a brand would want to use. So that's week 1 and week 2. Week 3 would be pitching week. This is when you start sending consistent pitches. You're not just randomly DMing brands saying like, do you want to collab with me? Or I love your brand. Can we work together? You're researching brands. You're looking at their products. You're looking at their current content. You're thinking about what kind of videos that they might need. Then you're sending a short, personalized pitch with your portfolio link, and then you're tracking it. That is strategic. That is a system that you're building that you can replicate, and you can see how it works. You can test it. You have data. You know, the more that you do it, the more data that you have to look back on and be like, okay, this is working. This isn't working. What do we need to fix? That kind of thing. Week 4 would be review and refine week. So this is where you look at what happened. And this is why Bento is great, because you can see like the open rate, you can see who opened it, who responded, percentages, how many emails were sent, that kind of thing. You know, did anyone respond? Did anyone open the conversation? Did anyone ask for your rates? Did anyone say that they only do gifted? Did anyone not respond at all? And then you just adjust. So maybe your pitch needs work. Maybe you need stronger video examples. Maybe you need to pitch to more brands. This is how you improve. This is how you stop guessing and you actually build a consistent system. So let's go through some of the beginner roadblocks. I want to name a few that might come up for you after this challenge because I already know what happens. So roadblock number 1 is overthinking your portfolio. So you might sit there thinking like, is this good enough? Should I change the colors? I personally am an extreme overthinker. And when I have too many options to choose from, I get overloaded and then I don't choose anything. That's just me. But that might not be you. So, but you might still be thinking like, is this good enough? Should I change the colors? Should I add more videos? Should I use Canva? Should I use a website? Which is what some of you asked. Should I wait until it's absolutely perfect? But I want you to remember, though, that your portfolio needs to be clear, professional, and easy to view. It does not need to be perfect forever. You can update it as you improve, and it will be the thing. Keep updating. I promise you. Like, I'm still updating it to this day. Every week, every couple of weeks, I'm constantly updating it. But roadblock number 2 is feeling awkward on camera. Almost everyone feels awkward at first because it's not a natural thing. Like, cameras are things that we created. We're technically not even supposed to see ourselves at all unless it's through like a reflection of the water, you know? So it's normal to feel weird seeing yourself on camera. But you get better by doing it. The first few videos might feel uncomfortable, and that is totally normal. I just saw a question pop up. Jane said, I've been on the apps, but they don't really give feedback because they require to post on our social medias. How do we go about adding testimonials on our portfolio? If you can try to find a brand contact, I would do that. Like, whether, say you're working with, let me just give you an example. Say you're working with Fiji through like the Coley platform, and you're not able to like get a direct response to Fiji through the platform, but you did a video for them. I would try to reach out to them on Instagram, to send them an email and try to get in contact with somebody and be like, hey, I am so-and-so. I created a video for this brand. You can even like link the video, and I use this platform. I would love it if you can, provide me with a testimonial. That's how I would go about it if you can't get in contact with them the other way. Does that answer your question? Emmy said, I think I just need to work on my editing, but I feel it takes so long because I want to be perfect and I try to add lots of effects and animations, but then I get stressed. Less is more. Yeah. You don't need to, it doesn't need to be this production. The UGC content that's doing better now is just like authentic content that's just like relatable. If you have too much going on in the video, it's not gonna be as relatable. Like, if you're just if you're doing all that work, make sure that the story that you're telling in the content is like true and authentic. If it's like too much and you feel like it's too much, do less. Does that make sense? Okay. I hope I hope that helped. All right, moving into roadblock number 3. That's not knowing what to charge. This is why pricing education matters. You need to understand the difference between organic usage, paid usage, raw footage, exclusivity, revisions, and bundles, because the rate is not just about one video. It's about what the brand is asking you for. Roadblock number 4 is getting discouraged when brands don't respond to you. No response does not mean that you failed. It means that you need to keep going, keep improving, and keep pitching. Roadblock number 5 is trying to piece everything together for free. And I say this because I know a lot of you are probably watching TikToks and saving posts and downloading random freebies and trying to build a business from scattered information. And that can work, but it usually takes a lot longer and feels more overwhelming. And at some point, you have to ask yourself, do I want to keep piecing this together, or do I want a clear roadmap? Because it can feel like a lot. So I want to explain the different next steps available, because I know everyone is at a slightly different place. So some of you are brand new and you need the foundation. Some of you already started a bit, but you're not sure if it's actually good enough. And some of you have sent your pitches, but you're not getting responses, or at least not the responses that you want. Some of you have gotten, like you said, gifted collabs, but you're not sure how to move into paid deals. And some of you want the full roadmap and support because you're serious about turning UGC into something real. If you guys have any income goals for UGC, drop them into the chat. I know, at least for me in the beginning, I wanted to hit 10K. So that was like my goal for so long. So drop that into the chat. I want to see where you guys are looking to go to with your UGC goals. So just drop in a number that would be like life-changing for you, or a goal that you have for UGC, if you're comfortable sharing. $5K. Okay. $2K. $5K, 5 to 7. Yeah, so all this 5 to 10, 2 to 5, all this is sounding to me like it's consistent UGC work monthly, 2K, but of course more would be ideal. Goal, replace their monthly income at first, 4K. Okay. 5K first, small goal, 10K would be life-changing. Okay. Yeah, so this is all sounding like it's consistent UGC work. You guys are ready to full throttle with UGC. Yeah, like I said, mine at first was, I guess it didn't start at 10K. I was like, I want to be able to like make enough money to pay my bills, you know? And then it was like, I want to make enough money to pay my bills and then some. And then it was, I want to make 10K, and then I want to be able to travel. And yeah. Do you track your ratio, or do you think this true? For example, if you send 100 pitches. I would say like, yeah, I would say probably for every 30 pitches I send, I land like 1 to 2 deals, I would say. But don't go off of mine. Like, it's different for everybody. But obviously the more you pitch, the more brand deals you'll get. So, but that's why I would say Bento, because like you don't have to do it yourself. I mean, you have to set it all up, yes, but like once the campaigns are all there, it'll send it out for you. You don't have to go searching for all the brands and everything. It just is so seamless. You talk about invoices and what they are and how you do those. So invoices are how the brand pays you. It's basically like a bill that you send to the brand, right? There are multiple ways that you can create invoices. The one I actually create mine mostly on Canva, but you also can use PayPal, or you can use Wise, or Bill.com. I think also you might be able to use QuickBooks too. But yeah, they're basically a bill that you send to the brand, and on the invoice you put like your name, your address, or your business name and the business address. And then you put who you're billing it to, like the brand name and the brand address and their information. And then you put like the invoice date, the due date, you put the content that you did, a little description, and then the price, and then how they can pay you. I pay for Pro Bento, but they only let you send 250 emails a month. I don't feel like that's enough. Any other recommendations for where to find brands outside of Bento? You always could also, you can hire somebody, hire a VA, or you can go on like, scroll on Instagram and see what brands are running ads and reach out to them. You can go to TikTok shop brands and reach out to them. You can go through TikTok ads library and find those brands too. Or you can go on X or Facebook and find people or brands. Everyone says you don't need followers to work with brands as a UGC creator, so it's not true. You don't, like, in the grand scheme of things, you don't, because you're not getting paid. Like, the brand's not paying you to post on your page for your exposure. You're getting paid to create content for the brand, but having a social media presence does help because it allows brands to find you, and then you get inbound work. Okay, so like I said, moving on to the next steps here. There are 3 ways that you can keep going with me after this challenge, if you so choose to. The first option is the starter course, which is what I mentioned before. The starter course is best if you're newer and you want the full foundation. So inside of that, you're not just getting random tips, you're getting the full beginner roadmap included with all this information that you have from this challenge too. You'll learn more about what UGC is, how it works, how to film, edit, how to build your portfolio, along with portfolio templates I'll provide you with in there, how to find paid UGC jobs, how to pitch to brands, how to price your work, how to negotiate, how to understand briefs, how to write scripts, and how to protect yourself with like contracts. And also we go into invoices in there too. And I also believe there's invoice templates too. So this is for the creator who wants to stop guessing. This is for the creator who wants to know, what do I do first? What do I do next? What do I send? What do I charge? What do I say when a brand replies? The starter course gives you the full structure to start building your UGC business properly. So if you're leaving this challenge and you're thinking like, okay, I'm excited, but I still need help with the basics, that is your next step. The second option is the written audit, which I mentioned in the beginning. This is the best if you already started building, but you feel stuck or you're unsure. Maybe your portfolio is done, but you don't know if it's strong enough. Maybe you're sending pitches and not hearing back. Maybe you're confused about your pricing. Maybe you want someone with experience to look at your portfolio, your rate card, your pitches, and your overall UGC setup and tell you exactly what to fix. That is what the written audit is for. It is a personalized written review of your UGC business, where you're at. I look at what you currently have and give you clear feedback and action steps so that you know what to improve first. So like, instead of guessing, is my portfolio the problem? Is my pitch the problem? Am I charging too much? Am I charging too little? Do my videos need to be stronger? Do I need to reposition myself? You get expert eyes on it. The written audit is a really good option if you don't necessarily need the full course yet, but you do need some personalized direction. And then the third option is the pro course. Over the next week, you're going to receive emails from me with special promo code for that. I want to explain though what this includes, because this is the best option for the person who knows that they want full support and the full roadmap. So with that, you're not just getting one course. So you're getting the complete starter course, you're getting the pro course, you get access to our community, and you get the 90-day roadmap of everything that you need to do from day 0 to day 90. And all of that is included together for one price. So if you know you're serious about this and you don't like just want the basics, the pro course is going to be a better option, because the starter does give you the foundation. The pro course helps you take it even further. So it helps you move from I'm learning UGC to I'm building a real UGC business. And our community is there, so you're not doing it alone, because it just helps to have more people there and support and all of that. But the 90-day roadmap gives you a clear plan to follow, so you're not like waking up every day wondering what you should be doing. So the way that I would think about it is if you need a foundation, start with the starter. If you've already built something and want me to review it, get the audit. I'm happy to review anything that you send me, and depending on whatever your goals are. If you want the full roadmap, the community, the starter course, the pro course, and the 90-day plan, watch for the promo code coming to your emails this week. There is no wrong step, though. The only thing that I don't want you to do is finish this challenge, feel excited, and then stop because you don't know what to do next. The challenge gave you the starting point. The starter course gives you the freedom. The audit gives you the personalized feedback, and the pro gives you the full roadmap. So I want you to think about like where you're at right now. Do you need to learn everything step by step? Do you need personalized feedback on what you've already created? Or do you want the full support and the full plan? That is how you decide what makes sense for you. So, let me see here. I see a couple of questions. My worry with bento campaigns is how to make sure the templates feel personalized. Bento actually, there's like a grading, like if you pay for it, it'll, you can like check your pitch and it will tell you like what you need to improve on. It'll grade it out of 10, I believe. Do you get the audit in the pro? You know what? I think I don't have it included, but if that is something that you guys are interested in, I might include it for about like a week as part of this challenge. I would be happy to include that also if that's something that you're interested in. Daniela, if you want to message me privately about that, if anybody else is interested in that, let me know. I could definitely include it. So would love that. Okay. I could definitely add it if you want. Okay. I want to be clear though, you don't have to like make any moves today. I want you to be proud of what you've accomplished. You should be proud either way, because this is a really, really good start and turnout to this. If you know that you're serious about UGC, I don't want you to lose the momentum after this challenge, because that happens so often. People get excited, they feel inspired, and they stop because they don't know what to do next. So the goal is not just to know about UGC. The goal is actually to create content, build your portfolio, pitch to brands, and then get paid. So if you want to continue, watch for those emails this week. Open them, read them, use the promo code if you want to join the pro course. And if you already know that you want the foundation, you can start with the starter. But I would keep your eyes out for the promo code. And if you want personalized feedback, you can book the audit. But if you want it all together, I think I can probably put it all together for you guys for I'll put it together for a week and then let that go after a week. So I want you to, there was a section, before we move into questions though, I want to ask one small favor from you guys. If this challenge has helped you in any way, it would be so grateful. I would be so grateful if you can just send me a short video testimonial. I do have a link that you can do that through. It's through this platform called Senja. I actually will drop it in this chat. I also will put in the Slack here. But if the challenge has helped you in any way, it would be great if you can send me a short video testimonial. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be professionally filmed. You can literally just film it on your phone, talking casually. I don't care. There's questions in there for you to answer. Just sharing things like what your UGC journey has looked like before this challenge and after. Just how this helped you so far in the last 2 weeks. Even if you haven't had like crazy results, just anything helps. So I would really, really appreciate that. I do want to go into some more Q&As, so please drop any more questions that you do have because we do have 5 minutes left. But yeah, I will be putting this Senja link also in the Slack community. Let's see here. I do see some questions. You guys, if you have any more questions, we have 5 minutes remaining, so drop those in the chat, please. I live in Japan, so I can't use inbound and many other platforms. What should I do? Can you email the brands directly? Like, can you look for brands and then just send emails to them? I think you can probably maybe do cold pitching. Oh, Kristen said I didn't hear what you will include. I'm sorry. What I said was I'm going to be sending you emails this week with a promo code for the pro course, but included in that is going to be the starter course, the pro course, the community, and also the 90-day roadmap. And Daniela asked if we get the written audit in the pro, and I think I like that idea. I think I will include that. If you do decide to move forward with that this week, I think I will include it for just 1 week only, the written audit also. So I'll be getting my eyes on your UGC goals, your portfolio, where you're at currently, and all of that. All included in one price with the promo code added to it. Does that make sense? That is what I will be doing. Okay, from how many followers should I start to pitch? I only have 90 followers on Instagram. I think that's okay. I think you can do it. But I would just continue like to just keep posting and keep pitching and just keep up with it. Yeah. Do you think the UGC world is oversaturated, or will it be soon? It just seems like a ton of creators are getting into the space, which is great, but can be discouraging as someone starting out. So the thing with this is that I know a lot of people are doing UGC, but I also know that a lot of brands are turning towards UGC, and having new faces representing their products is good. So I think that I don't think it will be I don't think it's oversaturated. I don't think it will be soon. I think that there's always room for everybody, and I think if you want to make it work, you can. Yeah. Are creators in the community seeing success? Are their lives, or is it just training? Are creators in the community seeing success? Are their lives? What do you mean? Is it just training videos? I'm thinking of adding a section on my portfolio with video examples in another language. Do you think it's a good idea, or should I have it separate? I think you can put that in your portfolio. I think what you can do is create 2 and then have a clickable part on each one to go to the other one. Like, say, the first for like English, and there can be a section on your English one that will take you to the other language, and then vice versa. Can faceless UGC become successful? I think it could for like specific brands that just want like say like for nails, or just for like B-roll stuff, like unboxing stuff. I think you could become successful with it. You just have to do your research for like what brands want that. Okay, so we are about at time, you guys. Before we end, though, I just want to say again how proud I am of you. If you showed up to this challenge, you're already ahead of the version of you who kept putting this off. So now it is about continuing. Don't let this be something that you get excited about for a week and then forget about. Use this as momentum. Finish your portfolio, send the pitches, practice the videos, keep improving. And if you want my support, you have the options. So you have, again, the starter course if you want the foundation. The written audit is there if you want personalized feedback. The pro course promo emails will be coming this week. And so watch your inbox. Please submit a testimonial. I would greatly appreciate it. I put the link in here. I will also put the link in the Slack community. And I am seriously so thankful for you being here, and I'm excited to see what you do next. Keep an eye out for any more live calls that I do in the future. This was the first time I ever did something like this, so I hope it was helpful. I hope it was helpful for you guys. But yeah, again, I really appreciate it. I will be putting this video link in the Slack chat, so keep an eye out for that. But if you have any other questions, please drop them in the Slack chat for truly anything. Yeah, I'm so, again, thankful that you guys came. And I wish you the best of luck on your journey, but please refer to the chat for any help or anything that you need. And thank you so much for being here. I'm just seeing all of your messages. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, you guys, keep an eye out for all of that, and I will be around. I'm just a message away. Alrighty. Thank you guys. Have a good day.